Hello and welcome to the One Stop Co-op Shop, your one stop for co-op news, reviews, and playthroughs. And today we have a special treat. We are playing through a Kickstarter preview for a game that's not even on Kickstarter yet. It's called, Encounters?
Encounters Shattered Wastes.
All right, and that lovely voice you heard with me is Mike. What's up, Mike?
Hey, everybody. Yeah, you can blame me for this one. I'm supposed to be doing a preview for this. So, first, I wasn't going to necessarily cover the game at all. I didn't know much about it. And then Jeremy Howard on Man vs. Meeple is like, Mike, you got to play this Encounters game. And, whenever Jeremy recommends something, he's usually right. He knows my taste pretty well. So, I just got the prototype today, actually.
Nice.
Played it this morning with my son, played it again by myself. I'm not going to say much more than that. I don't want to hype it too much. I'll just say, Peter, I think you're going to like it. And I think a lot of people watching on the stream will like it. And we won't go any further than that because, I've only played it twice. Maybe I don't want to, yes.
Well,
people in the chat saying preview before the preview and pre-preview. Yeah, I'll have like a official quote unquote video, edited and everything for like the actual Kickstarter launch. But yeah, I just wanted to get this one played as much as I can early because it's fun.
All right, well, I'm going to be the monk because you know me. I'm always the monk. I don't even know
why you might be.
The Lancer's pretty cool too, though, and Ronin. I mean, I actually like the classes that I'm seeing.
And this is 4 of the 8. You can kind of peek at the other ones over here. They have really nice illustrated like standees for the game. And then I think an add-on they sent me these is acrylic standees, and man, they look beautiful. The acrylic ones are awesome.
Nice.
So that's what I'll be using in my video. But yeah, so they've got 8 classes. This is just to kind of give like the quick elevator pitch as much as I can. This is a 1 to 4 player, although you need to always have at least 2 characters, partially because it's just more interesting. Like there's a lot of abilities that boost other players, so it'd be kind of silly to only have 1 character. But yeah, so it's 2 to 4 player boss battler. No campaign that I'm aware of. No, it's not super long. There's not giant miniatures. It's just like a 30 to 45 minutes, super intense boss fight. The art style and some of the abilities are very like JRPG, Japanese role-playing game inspired. But some of the combat mechanics and kind of like how the bosses change into like a super form halfway through feel more like Dark Souls or Elden Ring video games. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And we're going to jump in. We're playing against like the tutorial boss here. So Peter, you're going to be the monk.
Yep.
So I want to show you briefly because this is a really cool part of the game, but I'm skipping right past it for this just because it takes a little while. But Peter, do you see at the bottom of the monk how it has like 5 sword, 1 shield, 1 hat, 1 potion?
Correct. Yep.
That you have these decks that have 20 unique cards in each of them, except for the items, the potion one. Those I think have like 10 or 8 unique cards that get repeated, but all the rest are fully unique. And what you do at the start of the game is for your character, you draw the 8 cards indicated. So, Peter, you would get 5 fighting cards. The shields are like support cards and boost cards. The spells are magic cards that can also be attacks, but also like do like cool effects. And the items are one-use things that are super powerful.
And are they random, or how does that work? Or do I pick?
So they'll be random from the decks, but then you pick 3 of the 8 for your actual build for the game.
Ah, got it.
Your character has like unique stats and unique abilities, and they also have a shattered side on the back that is both stronger and like more risky. So they already are pretty unique on their own. But then you're going to have like a unique build, a unique mix of cards every game, and you can like talk to each other and see like how your cards work together. So it's like a really nice mix of kind of unique characters, but also like some of that fun like quick building. But they do have pre-cons for the characters. Like
you kind of like card drafting at the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. It's like card drafting at the start of the game, and yes, you can switch your shattered side that way. All right, so Peter is being the monk. I'm going to be the seer, which is a more magic-based character. We'll take the Lancer, which is based on Dragoons from Final Fantasy, as I'm sure anybody who's played that could realize. And the Ronin away. And yeah, we're pretty much ready to jump in. I set up everything else. So Peter, if you want to put your character underneath your, like the left little slot on your board.
Yep.
And put all your abilities under the right slot, and we're good to go.
Mike gave me all defense and wizard hats.
I mean, again, this is the pre-con, like, suggested things.
Oh, this is the pre-con? Okay.
Yeah. And Ryan Picklesheimer says the standees look like really slick 16-bit style. Yeah, that's exactly what they're going for. I'm replaying. I replayed Chrono Trigger with my kids recently, and now I'm replaying Final Fantasy 6/3. So I love this style of game. Peter, go ahead and set your little player board here. You might want to lock it first so it's not jumping all over the place. Yeah, set it to your starting stats that Peter just pointed to right there.
So hit points of 11, magic points of 8.
And I kind of and then your threat, which is this last one, that icon starts at 0.
Okay.
That's going to build up as you attack and from other effects, and it's bad to have it high, as you can imagine.
Got it.
All right.
Are you threatening me?
We have some other stats, but let's go over to the boss real quick and just kind of talk through how I've already set up the game.
Okay.
So there are, at least that I'm aware of so far, and this is what's in my prototype, 8 unique bosses. So they're all up here. If you want to kind of scroll for a second, Peter.
I already did that earlier, but yeah.
Yeah, and they are an increasing kind of complexity and difficulty. The one we're playing against is the Guardian. He's supposed to be the tutorial. Like, it's not supposed to be really easy to lose against him. Although when my son and I fought him, he still definitely whoops you pretty good. But yeah, then they get harder and harder. And they each have their own unique, we can kind of flip into it, 2 phases. Although some of them switch back and forth between phases, and some of them just like kind of have one time where they transform.
Gotcha.
And they each have their own special ability that changes when they flip. And a key thing in the game, basically how we're going to defeat them is you've got these cards in stamina. And these are, I think they're called their strength cards, if I remember correctly. And you also have some out here. So with the way they're put out, they kind of look like minions in the game. But actually, this is like supposed to represent like the areas of the boss that are vulnerable. There's definitely a game that kind of abstracts the boss battler stuff, kind of more like Primal did, instead of like just having a grid.
Okay.
Like we're moving between like front and back rows in these 5 spots to attack the cards, but that's like all the movement in the game. Some like abilities will like say, you know, adjacent heroes can do this, but that's about it. But yeah, so to win the game, we need to get his stamina cards into fatigue. Once all his stamina cards are in fatigue, then he's I forget what it said. Like his guard is down, he's vulnerable. I forget what the term is in the actual game terminology. And once he's like that, any cards we hit are going to go to wounds and get taken like out of his deck, basically, because he's got these 5 cards, and for him the 4 that we started with. Once we've wounded him enough that he has no cards in stamina and fatigue, he's going to advance to his super side and get all his wounds back. And then we got to kill every card. We have to wound every single card.
Then we got to do it again, basically.
Yeah, but more than do it again, we need to literally kill every card. Whereas the first time, you don't have to go that far.
First time, we just got to kill these, not these.
Yeah, you'll see. It's a little interesting how the timing works, like how much you have to kill. But the key thing is, how did I get these cards? So at the bottom of each boss, they're going to tell you how many per player. So this is 1 physical attack, the claws per player, and 1 magical attack per player that are in here right now, that are shuffled. But you always get 5 physical attacks to start right in the front. So every boss is going to have a pretty strong, like, kind of physical focus. All right, Peter, so go ahead and pick where you want to start. Just to give you, like, a little bit of knowledge, the more icons on the right of these cards, the more threat you take when you defeat them, which is bad, and also generally the stronger the attack is. So, like, higher values are pretty much just all worse.
All right, I'm here.
All right.
I'm wimping out.
I think your abilities. So I can be behind you in the same area as you. There are benefits and drawbacks to that. When the boss attacks with like one of these regular cards, if it's a physical card, it'll only hit the person in the front, and if it's one of the spell ones, one of the magical cards, it'll only hit the person in the back. So you can kind of defend that way, but we fatigue him faster if we're in our own spots. So with that in mind, I know your character, Peter, has some things that can like help us if we're adjacent. I'll be right next to you up here, next to an also kind of weak one.
Okay.
All right, and that's it for setup. So we're ready to go. So there's 3 phases of the game, and you track them over here with the little boss token. So first, the refresh phase is basically he's going to spawn some more of these cards out from his stamina for us to attack. In the action phase, in the order of our choice, we're going to each take 2 actions. One of us has to resolve both actions before the other person goes, but they're very fast.
Yep.
And then we will face attacks from the cards that are in our current spot wherever we ended. And that's a round. You just keep on doing that until every one of your characters is defeated or until the boss is defeated.
So
The refresh phase.
Let me ask
Go
before we get too far. It's not a rules question. Is this a publicly available mod for anybody to play, or is this a special mod sent to us by the publisher?
I think it is. When I said that we were going to play it on our Discord, Patrick, who's one of our Discord members, like posted the link, which makes me think that he found it easily enough. So I think it is like generally available. We can post the link in the chat in the stream later.
And this is coming to Kickstarter the end of the month, right?
Yeah, 28th. So in just a little bit over 2 weeks. Matthew Rose, have a good night. Thanks for being here for a little bit. So let's go through the refresh phase. I'll kind of explain what would happen. It's very straightforward. So the first thing that's important is if there was no card in your spot for each row that has at least one hero in it, but no card, you take a card from the stamina. So that's why it's kind of good to spread out, because you pull more cards from their stamina and make them get closer to becoming vulnerable. Remember, they flip to their side where you can wound them once their stamina is empty. And then each player, in whatever order we like, doesn't really matter because you're not really doing anything that affects you, is going to roll a number of dice equal to this value. For the Guardian, by the way, the theme of this is that we're like going into this shattered land trying to defeat the evil thing, but everyone that goes in there is corrupted. So this is a former hero that has like been corrupted and is now like defending the outskirts of the place. And he's not even really trying to kill us that much. So you'll see, since he's the tutorial one, it says, this is for your protection. This is ongoing ability. If we would go down to 0 hit points and be defeated, we just go back up to 1 hit point. We literally cannot die on his front side.
That doesn't bode well for when you go to the backside, though. If you're at
the backside gets tougher. The backside certainly gets tougher.
He's got a set of cards here, too. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, those are rage cards. We'll get to that in a second. So we're each going to roll 1 die. So here, Peter, just go ahead. I have to do it in order right now. Later on, it matters. All right, so I got a 2. So I'm going to take the top card of stamina. And I'm going to slot it into the 2 spot. You can see the die values here.
And do I do the same thing for 5?
Yep. And you're going to...
What if it was a 6?
The 6, you don't draw a card at all. And you might say, ooh, swinginess. But actually, that's both good and bad, because it means less things are attacking you, but it also means you have less chance to hurt them, because these cards are the things we are, wounding and such.
Right.
All right, so that is it. And we do splay the cards, because what happens is you're like, if they attack you, you're getting attacked by the top card. If you attack them, you're attacking the cards from top to bottom. But you need to be able to see what the overall
total threat
value is for a few things. All right, so next we go into our action phase. It's very simple. You have a few actions. I'll just talk through them briefly. You can do 2 actions total. So first action is move. You can move up to 3 spaces. And that, like, moving front and back is a space as well. It's orthogonal. And you can move over other heroes, but you cannot stop in their space. So that's it for the move action. Simple enough, right?
Yep.
Then you can do what's called a recover action. You roll 1 die. That was a good roll. Whatever amount you get, you can either regain that much magic points up to your max, or you can decrease that much threat.
Okay, but not hit points.
0. Correct. Hit points are very tough to get back. Now, all of us have a crit value, which is this rightmost thing on our board.
Yep.
If you roll that, for attacks, it has a bonus, and for recovering, it has a bonus. If I rolled a 4 for my recovery here, which is my crit value, then I could either fully regain my magic or fully decrease my threat.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, there are fun woot-woot moments when you roll well with crits. So that's the recover action, the move action. The next action you're almost never going to do, and against this guy we might never need to do it because he's not that hard, but you can shatter yourself, which flips you to this side. You can potentially go back to your non-shattered side, but generally the shattered side is both stronger, but you lose all your abilities. You get shattered abilities, and if you get too corrupted, you just get taken out of the game. The cool thing about shattering is if you run out of hit points, you don't die until the end of your turn. And if you shatter, you fully heal back to whatever your new shattered hit point value is. So you can't really die in the game until you've shattered, basically.
Got it.
So again, we might not see shattering.
Oh, we're going to see shattering.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, he might just shatter on purpose. So that's an action. But really, it's move. recover, attack, which we're about to see, and then finally use an ability. Abilities will say at the top, either active, which means it takes an action, like my necrotic arts here.
Yep.
Free, which means it doesn't take an action. And items you can just use whenever, but they're one use for the entire battle. There are also reactions. Peter, you've got a couple of those. Those you can use reactions when they are triggered. And the cost to use any of these is in the upper left. That's how many magic points it costs to use the ability. Got it. All right. So those are the actions except for attacking. Let's get to attacking. So here's how attacking works. What you'll be doing is called a basic attack unless you're using an ability. You roll a number of dice equal to the die value here, which is going to be 1, I think, for all of the heroes until they flip. But many heroes will have 2 once they flip. Okay. And you must exceed your threat. Peter, right now, as you can probably guess,
I cannot miss.
You cannot possibly fail to exceed your threat, right? You've got a 0 threat, so anything you roll is going to be a hit. Right. All right. Then the amount of damage you do is right here. Each card is 1 damage. So, Peter, if there were 2 cards in your spot, you could kill both of them. There are currently. If you only were doing 1 damage, then you would only kill 1 card. And it's always top to bottom. And then finally, your crit value, which I already said. If the total of your dice equals that, so when you're rolling multiple dice, like you'll see here now, your crit is a 7. So the total of your dice is 7.
But you get
so
2
you are critting.
Rolls.
Yes.
2 dice.
Correct. Oh, sorry. So if you get that, then you crit. So what does all that mean? So if you hit, here, come up here, Peter. Yep. If you hit, you're killing as many cards. So these would go to fatigue. If the person's stamina is empty and they're on their little red vulnerable side, they go to wounds instead. Got it. That's basically how damage
So these 2 go to fatigue because I can't miss.
Correct. And then you suffer the amount of threat equal to the cards you defeated.
All right. So I'll go first.
You would take 2.
My action is to do that. Now, what would happen if I rolled a crit? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so you should roll to see if you get a crit because that is better.
Okay.
So you did not. If you get a crit, oh, you'll be happy. First of all, the damage goes to wounds instead. Oh. It goes straight to wounds. And you don't get the threat for it.
That seems good.
It's very good.
Now, I get this active ability here that says roll a die on a 1 to 3, reduce the threat of your of a character in your area to 0. So a 50-50
area
chance.
Is the front back row. So you choose yourself.
So does that cost an action?
It would cost an action since it's an active card. It would cost 1 magic point, and you'd have a 50% chance. No, you don't want to do it right now, Peter, because you haven't seen what your Marks of Banishment does yet.
Oh. After you complete an action, move 1 space or reduce your threat by 1. So, I can move 1 space and attack again, is what you're saying.
Correct.
All right, I'll move here, and we'll attack this bad boy.
You have to exceed, so you need a 3 or higher on your roll this time.
I need a 3. That is not... All right, is there any mitigation?
There is sometimes, like if you have specific... Like, for example, read your Marks of the Valkyrie.
When a character in your area rolls a die on an attack, that character may reroll 1 die. So it costs me 2.
Spend 2 magic points. Yep.
Do. Boom! Shakalaka.
But you did fatigue that one. And take 3 threat.
-1?
If you would like to, yeah. Or you can move again.
I mean, I only get 2 actions. That was my second one, right?
Correct.
So 2 threat.
All right.
2 threat it is.
Cool. So, that is it for you.
I just did some monkly stuff.
You say monkly?
I said monkly. Watch out for my monkey style.
All right. So, now let's look at my... Oh, yeah, good idea. Let's look at my character ability real quick because it is pretty cool. So at the start of my activation, I may reveal all... That is the symbol for strength cards, both physical and magic. I can reveal all the cards in a single area.
Yep.
And I can place one of them into fatigue straight up. So I just like do a free damage every turn in a way. Although it's only fatigue, so even if they were vulnerable, I would only do fatigue. Yeah, I guess that's the one, isn't it? Well, let's look at it. Although I could have looked at both of these. So I mean, yeah, that's actually not
3,
not
right?
The worst card in the world. So yeah, just puts it straight to fatigue. So that's pretty nice. All right. And let's see. I'm going to attack for my first action. Now, this is a physical card. And I have Necrotic Arts right here, which costs me 2 magic, but I have a lot of magic. It says, do not gain threat from physical cards when performing this attack.
So it's a 1-die attack. Everything else about it's normal, but you got to spend 2 magic to do it.
Correct. So it's 2 magic to cancel gaining 2 threats. So that's kind of, even. The thing is, though, if I roll a crit, I still spent the 2 magic, even though I wouldn't gain the 2 threats. So I'm going to take my chances and not use Necrotic Art yet and save it for like a 3+ card later. And that's a 2, which is not my crit. My crit is a 4. So I am taking 2 threats. And that goes to fatigue. All right. And for my second action, could recover. I could move down towards there, although there's nothing to actually attack. I could get next to Peter because you've got Spirit Bond that can help me out.
I have Gold Bond also, which really helps with the athlete's foot.
Wow. Now, I could also get behind you, but as you're about to see, if there's not a card on your space, you're going to suffer the effect of the boss's unique Rage card.
Rage card!
I kind of wish I had not gotten rid of that card, because Rage cards are usually worse. I would have rather moved here and gotten hit by the card, but I wasn't thinking about it. So, yeah, for now, let's move. Well, I guess I'll recover.
Recover!
All right, so I get more than enough. I'm back down to 0 threat. Okay, so now we go into the defend phase. And we are going to... So we look at each area one by one, from top to bottom.
Yep.
If there's a person here, it's going to be an attack. If there are cards, it's the top card, and that also fatigues the card. So by being attacked by them, you're kind of damaging them in the same way. If it's not, we get the top Rage card. These are 5 unique cards for each boss, and they have a different unique set of cards for each form.
Rage
and
cards.
They go to the bottom after each one, so you can kind of learn the order, although some effects can shuffle them. Here, this is, he's using his Minotaur Shield on me. So what do these mean? The little blasts are damage, just like our symbol. These mean I'm going to draw, and I think they're called Affliction cards. Yep. That'll have sometimes an ongoing thing. And this is 1 threat. So that was not great, but not the worst. So I take 1 damage, gain 1 threat. And let's see what Affliction I get. I'm bleeding. Every time my activation ends, I'm going to reduce my current hit points by 1.
That's not bad.
You can get rid of these with any result on a recover action. So it is a nice way, like if you roll a 1 or a 2, like it gives you something to do with it. And if you get a crit, you can get rid of every affliction you have if you have more.
Oh, so it takes the place of actually reducing stuff.
Well, it doesn't have to. It's a choice you have.
Right, but no matter how many you get.
Correct, yeah. The value does not matter unless you crit.
Got
All
it.
right, Peter, so you go ahead and draw your top Rage.
Boom, boom.
He hit you with his Greatsword. That's 2 damage and a threat for you.
That's fine. I'm a monk.
Again, these are kind of worse on average than these cards. So when you can end your turn behind one of these, that's often a good
character. Thing. I could reduce the die. Now this would take one of my 2 actions, though, right?
Correct. So you really want to do that like when you're 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yep, I got it.
All right. And that's it. And then the one other thing we do, you see this value over here, Peter?
Yep.
That is something we check for each row. If the total threat, if you like this let threat build up somewhere, if the total threat in a row exceeds that value, so that's a 9. If it got higher than 9, a 10 or higher, then what you do is you take the top card of that row, you flip it, and you apply that attack to every single hero, no matter where they are, and then you fatigue it.
Gotcha.
And if that row is also where one of us were, you would do that first, and then also attack with the second card. So
gotcha.
It's not a good thing to let happen. That's it for a round. Any questions before we jump in?
Nope.
Round 2?
I'm curious to see what happens with the cards now. Like now that he's basically fatigued.
All right. So Peter, I'll have you run the refresh phase so you can kind of see how it works.
Okay.
So first, for each area with at least 1 hero, take a card from stamina and put it in from top to bottom. So if there's no card there.
Oh, come on.
Perfect.
No, that's not.
All right.
That's a 5 thing. That's not perfect.
Now this. The second that we have his stamina empty, go ahead and flip his token to its red side, Peter. Now we can wound him. All right, now we're each going to roll a die and put out a card. Since there's nothing in stamina, it's going to come from fatigue. I'll do mine first.
Nothing.
Oh, again, it's somewhat nice. Ooh, we can really go ham over there. Get a lot of damage on him.
And how many? Right. We have to get every card to wound, or what do we have to do to flip him?
He will flip at the end of the defend phase. Stamina and fatigue are both empty.
Got it.
So,
and do those wounds then come back to stamina? Is that how it works? Or
correct. He will fully reheal. Well, right. Things that are on the board won't come out, so you'll kind of see it flows smoothly, but you just got to see how
all right. Goes. You want to go first this time, or you want me to go first?
Yeah, because I can look at these and see what they are.
Why don't you look at this one and get rid of this garbage?
Oh, and then you'll move down here. And
and then I'll move down here and
that makes a lot of sense. All right, so look at this. Seems bad. So we're saying no to 4 damage.
Now that doesn't help us later because we have to wound it all. So that's good for the first half of the game, but not necessarily
correct.
The
it only fatigues, but it does mean that it's not on the board for us to take 5 threat from.
Yes.
All right, and now I'm going to attack. It is a magic, so my necrotic arts won't help. I'm at 1 threat, so I guess I could theoretically miss, but it's okay. Here we go. 3, not a crit.
Oh,
but it does go to wounds anyway because he's hurt.
Yep.
And I'm getting, that was a 2, right? So I'm getting 2 threat. My second action I'll go to do is a recover action. I might get rid of the bleed before I take damage from it. Ooh. Well, yeah, I'll still get rid of the bleed. I don't mind 3. That's not too bad.
Mike, remember how I said I was going to kill him? I lied.
Yeah.
I'm at 5 stinking whatever.
Wait, you'll still hit on a 6 or a 3. Because crits always hit regardless of where
so I have a 1 in 3 chance of wound. I mean, that's
well, and also
and I get a reroll.
After every action, you use Marks of Banishment. So after you move down there, you could take away 1 threat.
Oh, all right. I'll do that then.
You got
that's
a 50-50 chance,
with a reroll.
And you got your Marks of the Valkyrie. Yes, I mean.
Now, does going to the back row help me at all here or not at all?
Doesn't matter in this case. Many bosses will have different effects based on where you are. And then again, when we double up, which is especially going to happen with 3 and 4 heroes, it'll change how the damage is dealt. And it's actually better when you take less damage.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I went ahead and reduced it. So now I'm going to attack with my reroll. Boom, boom, boom. There it is.
Hit. Nice.
All right. So I get rid of these 2 wounds, but I take 3 threat.
Correct. And
1,
then to forget
2,
your power,
3.
you could move or...
I'm going to reduce it. I'll take this attack. You said these are worse.
Again, it's usually good to be there.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So...
It's usually good to be
sorry,
there.
I misspoke. It's when these are both empty and we would wound him, not when these are both empty and he finishes his turn. That's something different.
Got it. Okay.
All right, so we're in the defend phase. I'm taking another rage card. Great. Oh, 4 threat. Lord. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Everything's good. Thank you, Peter.
You're welcome. I was just.
And none of them are. Oh yeah. I'll put it. There we go. And we don't have any that are above 9, so Peter, you can flip that one up.
Boom, boom.
Taking 2 damage.
Ouch. All right.
And that goes to fatigue.
Oh, okay. So it goes away. So if there were multiple cards, would they all attack me?
Only the top 1 attacks.
Okay, and that one would then.
All right, and then without changing the order, these go right back on stamina at the end of his defend phase.
Why do you keep flipping this token over?
Because when it's blue, he has stamina. When it's not blue, he doesn't have stamina. We can wound him.
Oh, we can't wound him now.
He's got his stamina back. We cannot wound him again now. Yes. But
well, that's garbage.
He will go through it much faster because 3 cards are gone. So, yeah, it accelerates very quickly in terms of like how.
And this is only the first half, though. We have to totally wound him or get rid of all the cards in stamina fatigue.
I mean, you'll see it's very quick, but yes, that is how it goes. All right.
So you take a card, I take a card, then we roll.
Correct. So, boop.
Crap.
Although only because our areas are empty. If they were not, then we would not do that. Yeah, I got another one in 5.
Great.
The values are so low there. You got a 2.
What happens if I get more than 12 threat?
Then you immediately shatter.
By the way, this is above 9. That's not great. Or it's going to be above 9 if we get one more card there. I'm sorry. I misspoke.
Um, so I mean, I could go. I could like.
Let me go first.
5 here again. Okay.
Let me go first. I'm gonna recover first. That's wonderful. So I recover 2 because I get after every action to recover 1. And I'm just gonna attack and see what happens because I could get rid of both of them.
I mean, hopefully you get the.
Wait. You said I auto shatter if I get above 12 though.
You go to 12, you immediately shatter.
Well, that's not good because that would put me at 12 if I hit this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would literally exactly be on 12. I would recover afterward. So that's literally the worst thing I could have rolled.
Yeah, and let's see. I'm not sure the timing of your shatter would. Let's see. When a character reaches 12 threats, yeah, I think it would shatter you before you got to benefit.
Before I got to recover. Now, it would take an action for me to try to reduce it.
Hey, you can always just crit, dude. Just roll the crit.
I mean, we want to see me shatter, right? Like,
I want to see you shatter.
Is this way too early to shatter?
I mean, I definitely have not shattered.
All right, let's do it. We're doing it. 5. That's a hit.
That's it.
That's a double shatter. Boom, boom, boom. Shattered. Remember how it?
What?
Hey, Mike. Remember how I said I'd shatter? I didn't lie.
I lied.
No, I didn't lie. Not even a little bit. Shatter it away, baby.
By the way, you know, Peter, you might as well. There is very little penalty to it. You might as well use Marks of the Valkyrie. You have another chance to crit, or you have a chance to not shatter if you'd rather not. If you roll low.
Nah, I'm good.
Know what I mean?
I'm good shattered.
All right.
I get to roll 2 dice from now on. Heck yeah.
Yep. So you flip this over.
Oh.
Because you don't have magic points anymore. Your health is now 6. This is your max, I think it's corruption. That will increase as you use special powers and things. And your threat goes all the way down to 0.
Hey, good news. My threat's at 0, Mike. If I go to 12
all
again,
these are gone.
and my super shatter?
Cool powers. No, if you go again, then you die. Now you get a single shatter ability. So here you go. You've got Twisted Ritual.
Each character may reuse.
That means put it on the bottom of the deck and get another card of the same type.
Well, I don't have one of those.
You could let me get.
Oh, I do.
It's all the types, including yes. You could get rid of your own one.
For 2, I can get a new spell.
Yes. Now the 2 now is not magic points. The 2 is increasing this, and you can't really lower this through almost any effects. Except, well, actually, you can. You are very good at lowering it.
When your basic attack is a critical,
is a crit.
Reduce your blank to 0, or sweet. I only got to roll 7 though, which is the most commonly rolled thing on 2 dice. Hold on, we got to do something about this. Actually, purple is a pretty good color. I was gonna try to change it to a evil color, but they're already that. So I'm good.
Kate's cry laughing at you shattering so early, by the way.
Who did?
Kate.
I mean, that's what I do. Kate, that's what I do.
All right, so back in normal land, Peter, you're done, right?
I mean, in more ways than one. Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna look at this card and then fatigue it because I'm like a human being and not an animal.
Wait, you got to use magic for that, right?
No, dude, that's my ongoing. That's my ability at the start of activation.
Oh, seems good.
Yeah. That's why I was offering to get rid of the 5 so you wouldn't shatter, but you were insistent.
It was fine. It's fine.
Then I'm going to use a recover action to get some. Let's go. I like that 6. Although I haven't gotten a crit. And then I'm going to attack. And you know what? This time I am going to go ahead and use my necrotic arts, so I will gain no threat if I defeat this guy since he's a physical attacker. All right, show me that 4. All right, that's fine too. So that's another fatigued. Although, darn it, I'm going to get raged again. All right, so here we go.
I'm going to get raged, but it's okay because I am a shattery monk. Wait, there's no way for me to heal on this side, is there? Huh. That doesn't seem great.
Yep. All right. I get 4 damage. Good thing that attack hit me and not you. Maybe I'll shatter in soon, too.
I have unbreakable pride, Mike. Unbreakable pride. Just,
yes.
So you know. All characters gain 3 bad stuff. Each character in the back line of their area. Wait, what?
We each go back one.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. So yours is on the very bottom. And then my 4 damage one is next. And that 4 damage one is 4 down. I think that's a good one to remember.
It's fine.
Oh, and Tommy Adams in the chat says that their friend, if I'm reading correctly, made the game. So that's really cool, Tommy. We're enjoying it. All right, so that was the defend.
One of us is shattered already, so he's
I don't
definitely
know if Peter's enjoying it, but
he's definitely enjoying it.
All right, so we got some more people coming out. He is now vulnerable, and going to roll for where the next one comes out. I don't know one for you, Peter.
Hey!
You can kill all 3 of them.
I will. Don't worry about that.
Heck,
don't you worry about that. And I'm going to crit to reduce my thing to 0.
And you'll reduce your thing to 0. Yeah. All right. So yeah.
You want me to go first?
Hold on. Let me.
Well, let me do my free action. Do you want to change one of your cards?
Sure. Yeah.
I got to spend 2 for that though. That's fine.
I'll cycle out my teleport. I don't think that's as good in a 2-player game. Again, we're using precons. I probably wouldn't have.
Wait, what happens if I get to 5?
You get to 5, you die. So don't get to 5.
Well, I'm going to get to 4 right now. How do I get more of those?
How are you going to get to 4? What are you talking about?
Because I'm going to do it for myself, too. I don't want this ability anymore.
Peter, using it once says each character gets to do it.
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
Everyone gets to do it.
Everyone is awesome.
Getting rid of reversing teleport and getting a new spell, which is Percura. Remove all condition or afflictions from yourself or an adjacent character. So I got a healing spell.
When I crit, I place a fighty card from stamina into wounds. Well, there's nothing in
pretty
stamina.
dang great. Dude, you are a critting machine.
No, but nothing is in stamina.
Yeah, but that's your ability for a while. You don't have to use it right now.
All right.
By the way, Ryan Picklesheimer asked if front and back matter. It does for a lot of abilities, and again, it matters for a lot of bosses. It does not matter almost at all against the Guardian. So he's like kind of
all right.
A bit different.
So you did your first ability. Well, can I do that when it's not my turn? Actually, even though it was a free action.
Can you crit when it's not your turn?
No, it was a free action. Could I have done that on your turn?
No, technically not. But let's just say you did it before. It's fine. I didn't use the ability that I used.
Okay.
All right. So I haven't actually taken an action yet. I can reveal all of these, but if you're going to kill them all, I guess it doesn't matter. But I could change the order as well. So let's at least see what these all are. That's a lot of 2 damage things over here. And 1 threat. That one's fine. If you get hit by that random 1 at the end. You know what? I'm going to put that on top, Peter. That way, if you just catastrophically miss somehow, you will not take any damage. Sound good?
Don't you have to discard 1 or something? Or don't you?
You may place 1 on fatigue. I don't want to, right? We want to wound more, don't we?
Sure. I want to wound more. By the way, Kate says, Peter, don't try to kill yourself faster. The game will take care of that for you. I'm not trying to kill myself. I'm trying to do some things.
So for my actual actions, I'm going to attack the card in front of me. I'm not going to use anything to do. Well,
you're going to fatigue first?
I'm critting on a 4, hitting on a 5 and 6.
Why don't you just rest first? Okay, so you're going to rest anyway, right?
First. Yeah, I'll get a rest.
Yay, you rest like I do.
I know. One of my favorite characters is the Ronin, because his crit is a 1. So the worst he can do is a 2, basically.
Nice.
All right, and then I will attack person in front of me. Got it. Getting, I think it was 1 threat. That goes straight to wounds. All right.
All right,
Peter.
Well, yeah, we're gonna take care of this nonsense right here. We're gonna roll 7. Craps. 10. That's my lucky blackjack number, but not so lucky here. So I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm up to 9.
Yep.
But do I rest with 2 also, or do I still rest with 1?
You still recover with 1. That's only for your attacks.
That doesn't seem great. All right. Well, he's super wounded.
And Ryan, I would say this earlier, but some attacks will say you do something different based on whether you're in the back or the front. But it's more consistently used for the boss's stuff. All right, are you resting, Peter?
Oh, I still have 1 more action, huh? Yeah, I'm resting. Yeah. Heck yeah. Do. Reduce that by 2, and I'm good.
All right, nice job. Okay. Oh, and I just realized this is when you crit for anything. So if you critted for your...
I mean, you can't, but yes.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe, let me double check recover real quick.
Ooh, if I get to double recover, that would be sweet.
Yeah, you roll 1 die. Yeah, that would be great if you did. All right. So that was action phase. Defend phase. We're both taking fun cards again. It's great. Take a damage, a affliction, and a threat. That wasn't too bad.
And I'm taking 2 damage, which is not great.
And I'm paralyzed. I cannot move until I get rid of this.
You'll be fine. All right, so yours goes on top of mine. We'll just do this the smart way.
Correct. Right. And these come back.
Wait, why do they come back?
So whenever he has no stamina at the end of the defend phase, all fatigue goes back to stamina.
All right, but it's about to flip.
But he's going to immediately...
Anyway.
Yeah.
Because
So,
he immediately...
It's going to be that here. It's going to be that here.
Now,
so
is
now
he
if we
gonna
wound
spawn?
a single... Well, he can't spawn anymore, so we don't even roll for it.
Okay.
Now, if we get a single wound, he will immediately transition into his crazy side.
So we probably want me to do that one, not you, right?
That's what I was thinking.
All right, so I'm going to recover first.
Nice.
That is way better than the garbage that I've been rolling. And then we're going to punch him in his ugly face. Or hand, as it were. 7! Boom, boom, boom!
All right, so wait, hold on. We got to do everything. So...
All right, I get to reduce one of these to 0. I'm going to reduce the eyeballs because I don't want to die.
I mean, he has a few cards that give you like 1, maybe 2 eyeballs. I don't think you can die straight up from 2 with him.
I'm still all right. So we can put something straight from stamina to wounds, but there is nothing. So bottom line is we just wound this.
But remember, you don't get the threat from it as well, so you don't get the 3 threat you would have gotten.
Ah, yes. So sweet. I mean, yeah.
So
I'm not as worried about threat right now.
Immediately, all of his...
Hold on. Dramatic effect?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, there we go. All right.
So the corruption he's been keeping inside has burst forth. Now he's flipped to this side. Now places will pop for an extra attack on us if they exceed 5.
Oh, at the end of our turn,
and his new ability, you've left me no choice. After a melee card is revealed during the defend phase, so after he attacks with a melee card against us, each character in that area gains 1 threat.
Now, there's a lot of buttons up top here.
That's how difficult he is.
Oh,
he's a
like
1
that.
Difficulty on one side and a 2 on the back.
Oh, I like that a lot.
They go up to a lot.
Where are the cards?
And then all of these come into stamina.
Where did his cards go? Oh, did you take them away?
Yep, and now he's got all new ones. Rage has altered. Cool. All right, so you've gone, but I have not. The first thing for me, I'm going to recover.
So, no, when you wound this, though, it goes just to fatigue, right?
Correct.
So, actually, no, first things first, why don't you do your ability and just get rid of it? And then you can recover twice,
right?
Yeah,
you're right. Because I was going to attack it with my necrotic arts. I mean, the only thing I'm missing is the chance to crit and send it straight to wounds, but that's a 1/6 chance. So I agree with you, Peter. All right, so I rolled a 3 there. I guess that's on the lower end, so I'll get rid of my paralyze with that one.
All right.
And then I'll recover again for my second action and hope for a higher value. Nope, but I'll still get rid of 2 threat.
Now,
all right.
I might die here if we get like a 4 wound card. And there's
Bruce, don't do that.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so we are in the defend phase.
This is on the other side because there's stamina cards, right?
Oh, so this one would have been worse for you. Well, actually, not that much. So it's terrible for me because I lose all my magic points, and I had a lot of magic points. But the 2 eyeballs, which are like the corruption, don't affect me at all.
Yes.
What you got, Peter?
Yep. Oh, I'm not in the front line.
None of us. Yeah, so I forgot. He does. Sorry, Ryan, I lied to you. It does matter where you are against this boss, but only on this side. And I think he has a different one that's going to attack us on the back line. So if we get a chance to move to the front, it's probably not the worst thing in the world. But that was great. Yeah, let's go.
Now, if one of us dies, is the game over?
No, you keep going. And it's fast enough that I mean, my son has not died, but I don't think it'd be the worst thing in the world. All right. So we are back to the refresh phase. So put out your cards. And we go in and roll. Okay, I got a 4.
2.
All right. Definitely spread out a lot.
Well, I don't free move anymore, which is sad.
Hey, do you mind if I go first?
Go for it.
Do you want to kill the 3 in front of you?
Clearly, I cannot choose the 3 in front of me.
That's a yes, I guess. All right. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and I'm going to peek at this one. I will fatigue it. And then for my first action, I'm going to use my recovery or sorry, this is actually not an action. This is a free. I'm going to use my recovery serum item. Lets me do 2 recover actions immediately. So here's my first one.
Oh, yeah, because you have no magic.
Correct.
So... Oh, is that a crit? Oh, you're 4. I was the 3.
I know.
Well, why don't you do your threat, and then maybe you crit
and
here.
Again.
Oh, never mind.
I will take that for threat.
Do they all have to be on 1, or can you split it?
You have to do all on 1. And then for my second action, I'll use Necrotic Arts when I attack this guy with 3 Fred in front of me.
Boom,
and
boom,
I kill him
boom.
and take no stuff. All right. Good for me.
All right. I guess I'm going to punch it first and then recover. Inconceivable! Oh,
almost
so
7.
close. All right, that's all right. I take 3, but we're about to recover 6, so it doesn't matter. We're about to recover 2, so I take 1.
You only need to hit on a 7. You roll 2 dice. I think it's fine.
Yes, that's true. Never mind.
All right.
Inconceivable.
So this does not exceed. So we are seeing more of his rage cards. That's a good thing. Mine is, gain threat until I get to 11. God.
It seems not great, Mike. It seems not great.
It's not my favorite thing that I've ever had.
Each character with the lowest threat, which is clearly me, rolls a die. The character gains threat equal to the roll. Well, now my ones...
I'm glad it wasn't me.
Now my ones are helpful, although I didn't roll a 1. Huh.
Right, so mine's going on top of yours again. By the way, there are smarter ways to play. Like, again, if you can have the cards hitting you instead of the rages, and especially if you double up so they only hit one of the 2 characters, you can drastically decrease the amount of damage and stuff you're suffering. But, we're just trying to tank through as quickly as we can, so it's fine. All right. We're on the refresh phase. Get 1 here. 1 there. And rolling for it. He might be exhausted. Here we go. We're ready to actually fight him for real.
Well, so here's the negative for me. If I critted, I would have taken something right from stamina, to wounds, which I can't.
Oh yeah, good call.
That
all
sucks.
Right. Do you want to go first this time, or do you want me to?
No, you can go. I mean, you're just gonna double recover, right? Like, I don't see much other options for you. Well,
I was actually gonna shatter and then attack.
Well, you can get rid of something.
Yeah, I mean, I can get rid of something and then shatter and attack and just beat the heck out of something.
All right.
Although, the thing is, like, throwing them away to fatigue is not always the best, because if they're on the board, they're also not in stamina.
Sure.
And then we can kill them, as long as they're not exceeding. So, yeah, like, I'm not going to throw
Well, why don't you look at mine?
We have right now. Sure. It's a single affliction.
Oh, actually, I should have had you look at this one.
Oh.
I'm sorry. It's fine. Yeah. Well, because maybe I moved there.
Yeah, because you might
move
move there,
this.
yeah. So all it would do is give you an affliction and no other negatives, and that would send it to fatigue as well. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna, for my first action, I'm going to shatter. So I'm now up to 6 hit points.
Oh wait, you shattered too?
On purpose. I chose to for an action. Now I can actually do stuff.
Shatter. Shatter. Ball.
All right, so I lose all my abilities.
I mean, that's fine. Your abilities
and
weren't that great.
Get...
That's not what you get. You get this, buddy.
I get this. Yes, thank you.
Place a number of enemy cards in your area equal to the eyeballs. Wait, what?
No, wounds. So I would pay 4, and then I could take up to 4 cards that are where I am and wound them automatically.
I mean, that seems
and I have to
real
put this
good.
On the bottom of the deck and draw a replacement. So that's cool. I'm cool with that.
I mean, that seems real good.
Whenever I roll an odd number in an action, I get to reduce my stuff by
You know who that would be real bad for? This guy with 5 on that stat. Actually.
Yes.
All right.
Well, so should I do that? I could wound 2 right now. With my extra attack, I can only hit 1. Although I should probably wait until he recovers, and it's hard to wound him, right? Yeah, so I'll just do a regular attack right now, since it'll go to wound either way. So second action, I got an odd, which would have decreased my corruption, but it's not there anyway. So I send that to wound. That's in wounds forever, because we've already flipped him. All right, your turn, Peter.
And you took the 2 corruption. All right. Oh, yours is now
you know
6 for critical.
They're right. Thank you, Danger Zone. Highway to the Danger Zone. Yeah, so Danger Zone said I think the Seer gets more Shatter ability cards. That definitely says a 3 there.
Yes, that is definitely 3.
Most of them only have 1, so I was not paying attention.
When you resolve
Let's see if I wanted to use any of these real quick. We resolve this attack, which roll, by the way, special attacks will have sometimes different numbers of dice. Place a number of cards equal to your roll from the stamina into any area. That's great. Devouring Darkness. 2, I roll 1 die. If this attack hits, search the rage deck for any card and remove it from the encounter. Shuffle the rage deck and then put this on the bottom of the deck and get a replacement card. That's great too.
Did you want to do this and re-roll your attack and then put them all in front of me for beating time?
There's nothing in stamina.
Oh. Never mind.
No, for now, we'll just say that I did it like I did, but then we'll have a lot of fun next round.
All right.
All right.
I think I'm going to recover for my first action.
Sure.
Wah, 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 wah.
It's not a crit anymore. Ah, darn it.
No, 7's crit now. All right, we're attacking. Or do I just take this and recover again?
You could, yeah. Like I said, these cards usually, especially the ones, do almost nothing, so it's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I'll just recover again and just be
The only thing you're missing... Oh, hold on. The one thing I will say before you see what that die roll was.
Okay.
He is vulnerable right now, so you are missing the chance to put it in wounds.
I think I'm okay with that. That's fine.
All right.
I'll just do the recover. Because I can do 3 of them at a time, though. And
that is very true. Good point.
And my critical will actually, we have stuff to do stuff to stamina. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So.
All right. So we're both actually going to hit by regular cards for once, which is probably a good thing. So I got hit for 1 damage.
And I get one of those threat that I... Oh, they go to fatigue. I forgot about that.
Oh, wait, hold on. He did hit me with a melee attack, so I get an extra threat from his You Leave Me No Choice ability.
Got it.
Okay. All right. And at the end of defend, he's back to 6 stamina.
Do they shuffle or anything, or no?
Nope. No. Things generally do not shuffle, so you can, keep track of where the worst cards are and that kind of thing. All right, so I rolled a 6. I'm not putting an extra card down.
Wait,
roll for your...
We're
doing the refresh phase. Nice.
Yeah.
You got a double at least.
Oops. Go for it.
Wait, do you want me to go and then...
Yeah. Heck yeah, I do. And I'm going to double attack probably.
Now, it is equal to my roll, Peter, so...
Heck yeah, put them all out there, baby. I'm going to double attack.
Oh, because then he'll be immediately vulnerable.
Yes.
Ooh, let's go.
That's what I'm saying. Hit him.
All right. Okay. Hold on. So I'm going to...
we got Danger Zone out there. Highway to the...
Dude, I already made that joke.
Zone.
Where you been, Peter?
I don't know. I feel like I'm in the Danger Zone right now. So I'm I'm feeling it.
Did I recover first?
Why do you need to recover? Oh, you only roll 1 dice.
Yeah, so I'm heading on a 50-50 here. My crit is a 6. So that doesn't help at all.
Yeah, go ahead and recover and then do this 1 attack. You only have 1 dude in front of you. Who cares?
Actually, you know what? Hold on. Then I'm not going to. Because reading the card, it doesn't say if the attack hits. It's when I resolve the attack. So I'm going to get the ability no matter what, I think.
Well, why wouldn't you recover, though?
Because now if I go from hitting him, I'm going to go up to 4. And then when I recover later, I might get all of it back. I don't know. My brain, it makes sense, Peter.
It seems like weird logic, but it worked.
Everything worked out great.
It worked. Everything turned out, Mike. It goes to fatigue.
That one goes to... So when I resolve the attack, what's first? Because... Does it say after the attack? I think that's going to wounds. Do you kind of see that?
Oh, I see. Yeah,
as well?
Because when? Yep.
Yeah, so I think that he's immediately emptied out
Well,
of stamina.
wait, where's the... Oh, God. Hey, Mike?
What? You're going to crit. It's not going to matter. Danger Zone! Come on.
I mean, I'm just dead, right? If I hit him?
That's hilarious. Danger Zone just wrote Danger Zone in the chat, like I said. You're not dead. Dude, you're going to get this. You got this.
Is there... Hold on. How many is this? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I have 2. I should probably recover.
But you could recover first. But hold on. My turn's not done. I still have an action left.
Can you get rid of one? Can you get rid of this 5? Hold on. Don't you have something to do this?
Ooh.
Oh, your area.
I can't do anything for you. You know what I'm going to do, though? I'm going to move 3 and play smarter. I don't really need to recover that 4 right now. I'd rather not die from an attack. So there we go. I'm right there. All right, Peter, you're up. Did I roll an odd number?
I'm going to recover.
No, I rolled a 4, so I don't get my little ability.
I'm going to recover just because I don't want to die.
It says, I think that's an endorsement of your excellence. Yeah, there we go.
1. That's fine. And then Danger Zone 7. Oh, son of a gun! I could have done it.
Let's go.
But I could have done it without recovering. All right, that seems good though.
Let's go.
Boom,
What else?
boom,
Did you get something else when you crit?
I get to
it's
reduce it to 0.
Stamina. Darn it. Oh, that's right. And yeah. Let's go, baby. Oh, that was great.
Yes.
I'm liking it. I'm liking it.
That worked out.
Yes.
That one recovery, like, I could have killed all these cards this turn. It's all good.
Everything is coming up, Peter. All right. That was action phase. Dude, he's not even, look, you see what's, oh, never mind. He's going to send people back from attacking
Let's
us.
roll. Oh, no, we don't roll.
No.
I know.
No. All right, so I am taking, nothing's above 5, by the way. I'm taking just a, affliction.
I got double punch to my face.
I am possessed. I lose my character's special power, my trait, and I can only recover that on a crit. You know what?
That would be real bad for me.
Yep.
With the 7 crit.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, they wanted to see what the Seer Shattered version looks like. There it is. She's pretty. She got some horns going on that she didn't have before. She can see now. She took off her. She was a blind seer. Now she's got sight.
I can see clearly now. My shattered is gone.
Yep. All right. So by the way, I'm getting this,
and I get this,
and then one of us. Well, we got to roll for that one, Peter. No, it only goes to you automatically.
Oh,
if
right.
There. Yeah.
Oh, you roll.
It doesn't come out for you,
first player,
I roll.
Right? Oh,
Dang
it doesn't come out. No. But on a critical, I get rid of it. And you could do this also, by the way.
Oh, that's true. Good call. Okay.
Or wait, the top one or the bottom one? No, the bottom one.
All of them, baby. All right. Do you want to go first or second?
Well, you want to clear this first, right? Am I wrong?
Yes, I could use Infectious Thorn. That's a
yeah. Throw it at me. I mean, I don't care about 2 threat. Who cares about 2 threat?
All right. So I'm going to. Well, yeah, especially since you do extra damage. All right. So I'm going to recover first this time.
2.
Like that. Down to 2.
Imagine if a dice did that in real life. It just like sat on the side for a minute before it like slowly.
Yep. I'm doing an Infectious Thorns attack again, so I took another corruption. I'm 4 away from automatic death.
I mean, anything would.
Oh wait, that was a 4. Okay.
That's still.
Either way, I didn't get a 6. So I.
Yeah, it's a wound.
Yeah, I
if
add
we're
him, and then
it, right?
I kill this guy for 3. So I'm at 5 threat now. That's it for me.
All right, so I'm attacking. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, that's all right. I mean, I'll take the 2 corruption. I'm not that worried about it.
Good point. That's only got 1 card left before my man dies.
Well, hold on. I'm gonna move.
Yeah. Oh, now you get hit by it, and it'll spawn back on us.
Hopefully it's not 2 wounds.
You're taking a threat and an affliction. Wait, dude, I think you just decreased your threat. That is increasing your threat.
Shh! Don't tell the people. They didn't say anything. Mike, come on. This is how we win games.
This one doesn't even bother you, man.
Gain threat equal to its mana point cost. Well, yeah, my mana point cost is 0. on my board.
I don't think shattered characters care about a little shadow on them. All right.
Oh,
I'm getting hit.
What the what?
Living Blade. All right. Oh, all right. Oh, I'm almost dead. That changed things up a bit.
Well, almost is not dead. All right.
Almost is not dead. That's
so this
right.
dude comes
He's
to
coming
me.
out on you. We got this.
All right. I'm going to just attack. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Done.
There we go. So, yeah, we cut that closer than we needed to with some not great choices. Again, I've never shattered on the first boss.
Well, yeah, I like how Mike says, we're not going to shatter, and then both of us end up shattering.
But I did it on purpose because I was like, it takes a while to get rid of 11 threat. Let's just shatter, baby.
Oh, yeah, mine was on purpose too, Mike. Come on. Can't you tell when I'm doing
it was definitely on purpose. Like
purpose?
I said, I could have gone and gotten rid of that 5 so you wouldn't have taken 5 threat when you attacked them.
All right, so we're to our post-game thoughts here. I mean, obviously we won, so we like it 20% better than we would otherwise.
That is the main criteria. Yes.
That is a fact of board gaming. Is if you win something, you're gonna like it more. Yeah. So, how many of the bosses have you played so far?
I only played the first 2 because again, I literally got the game today. So here, I can show you the Harvester.
Does the TTS mod have other? Oh,
TTS mod has every boss, man. The TTS mod has everything I have. So yeah, look at the Harvester for a second. So you're rolling 3 dice to spawn from his stamina every turn.
Okay.
He's got 5 times the number of player cards plus the 5 you start with in his stamina. So his stamina is way bigger. More cards are out by a lot. You get the things crashing a lot more often. And then whenever a strength card would be revealed during the defend phase, if the thing is exceeded, you do a rage card instead. So he attacks with his rage a lot. And then on the back, here's the interesting part. So his first form takes a lot longer than the other guy, and his second form is actually shorter. Because you see here, you take away 5 times the number of player physical cards, and you add magic cards.
Oh, interesting. Just one, though.
So he's a quicker little thing. And then the interesting thing with his side is his...
So wait, hold on. I'm confused.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm confused. So there is 4 per player on this side, right?
Don't forget, you have 5 that start out.
5
here.
Additional ones out there. Okay, that's why I was confused. Got it. Now, what is this number again? The shield?
That's the number you roll. So each player is rolling 3 dice to spawn extra from stamina.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. So the board gets full, and he's using his rage cards against you a lot.
Got it. Well, if you're not taking him down.
Obviously, completely different cards. His cards care a lot more about where you're positioned. So, like, memorizing where they're coming is a lot more important.
So, I'm just curious real quick. I'm going to draw... It won't even let me
draw
I mean,
we can show, like, how your actual, like...
Yeah. All right, so I would have gotten 5 attack cards.
So while you're doing that, Ryan said the dice can be really swingy, especially for recovery. So definitely true. There are different characters to make that better. Like I said, like if that really bothers you, you can play the Ronin who had crits on a 1. So then the worst you're going to get is a 2. There are abilities that help with that and like recover a ton. So you can pick those when you're like choosing your character build at the start.
Well, and
then also the fact that any affliction can be gotten rid of with any card tends to help.
Yep.
But yes, I mean, there are a lot of dice in the game for sure, for better or worse. What are you looking at?
All right, so recover 2 actions, which we've seen for the serum. Yep. Glacial Glade. On a roll of 2, place all enemy cards in your target area into the wounds. Then refresh this card. That seems real good. Like,
if you get it.
I mean...
And also, like, you know, you're looking at these knowing what your character is. So, like, someone with a crit on 2 probably wouldn't take that.
Well, right, but I have a crit on 3, so that means a 2 or 3 crits. Exactly. Now, my crit on this side, really all it does is make it so I don't take the threat or whatever.
No, remember, crits send the card straight to wounds as well.
Straight to wounds as well. Okay, yeah. I forgot they go to fatigue first. Move a space. An adjacent character may perform a move action, and then I can get rid of it if I want to. That seems not great. After another character...
so some of these are better based on player count, which is why it's nice that you have a choice of 8. Like, Like I played a game where I controlled 4 people, which actually isn't that hard for solo, and those kind of things were way better then.
Oh. After another character in your line, that means in the space with you, I guess, front or back.
I know, front or back, yeah. So like
rolls a crit before the damage is dealt, perform a basic attack. So it does have to be another character. So again, better in multiplayer. Yep. If one of the dice rolled for this attack is equal to your current threat, the attack is a crit. Oh, gives you more chances for critting, which seems good.
And notice that it's a 2 dice attack for that one.
Oh. And if either of them roll your thing.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of crazy.
But it
costs 4 magic, so it's supposed to be really good.
That's really good. If you roll less than an 8, you may place, and again, 2 dice, all monster cards from an adjacent area into your target area before dealing damage. And then you can get rid of it if you want to. It's kind of cool. If an enemy is double your attack value... Wait. If the enemy
is if that's when they're
if they're vulnerable.
Yes, if they're vulnerable, exactly.
Double your attack value. If you gain more than 5 threat during the attack, you may perform a recover action.
And it's rolling 2 dice.
That's not terrible. And riposte, when your hit point is reduced from a bad guy card, perform a basic attack targeting an adjacent area. Huh.
I'm going to let the strength cards hit you and you get free attack, so you can kind of like afford to recover more often and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I mean attacking then moving. And he moves really well, the monk.
Right. So like riposte would be a great one for a monk, for example.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we get into our final thoughts here after looking at some of the stuff. I think your thoughts are pretty clear. You're seeming to love this game.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, let me talk a bit through it. So Ryan asks, it seems cool, not overly long. How do you think higher player counts would alter things? It would increase the playtime, of course, because they have you multiply the number of strength cards somewhat by player count and then add 5. So it's not like a straight up increase. It's not a straight up doubling of the game length from like 2 to 4. But yeah, even my 4-player game playing solo was a bit under an hour. I mean, we taught the entire game and played through the entire game in just slightly over an hour with a learning game. So I think that's pretty good. And explaining on the stream. So, like, yeah, I think with 2-player, this would be like a 30-minute game.
Well, depending on the boss, too, I would imagine. Like, I would imagine
for sure.
Some of the later ones.
Some of them do have, and definitely the tutorial guy has fewer cards than the average. This guy's unique.
Wait, 8? What?
Yeah, so he takes the rage cards from every other boss, and that's what you're fighting. He's summoning the spirits of like the other bosses you fought, basically.
All right.
That's the final boss of the game. Like he's not representative.
So 4 and 4 is still a lot, and then increased by 4 and 4. Holy crap!
Yep.
Per player.
Yeah, so they get way crazier. So I do think in like the later bosses, you're probably looking at like more like an hour to an hour and a half to beat them. But it's like a more crazy.
But I mean, I would assume you'd want that. The more you get into the game, you're probably going to want it to be a little bit longer. You're probably always going to teach on the first couple of bosses.
Yeah, so I would like kind of compare this a bit to ones we've covered a while back, like Cradia Wild Hunt Festival and Testament. Those were both also like JRPG inspired. Those were both also like partially boss battlers with like card play, pretty straightforward mechanics that were pretty quick.
But I would say those would be more solo games, both of them, if I'm remembering
so this
correctly.
one is way better for co-op. Like my son and I loved playing it together. Exactly. Like Cradia and Testament are very much about the combos. This one I think is better about like letting you actually help each other out. But it was also very fun solo. I love this part. Like
the drafting your...
Yeah, and like there's pretty much every ability seems awesome, or at least seems like it would be awesome for some characters.
Yes.
And it's just fun that like the characters are already very different. Like, you know, me playing the Seer felt totally different than the last game I played where I was the Archer. But then on top of that, having like totally different abilities and stuff, I just think it's really cool. I think it's a nice way to do like variety. And again, like I don't know what the price is going to be, but I'm guessing Like this is it.
with acrylic standees, it's not miniatures.
Oh, but and that's an add-on. Even the acrylic standees is an add-on. Like it says cardboard standees, I think, in the base game. So,
which I think
I'm
is
hoping
fine.
It's like, me too. Yeah, so I'm hoping it's like $40 or $50, and then I think it's a great value for like all the replay you're going to get.
Yep.
So I'm really into this. Even though the dice luck, I can see it bothering people, but I don't know. You get so many turns, and you can play smart pretty easily. Again, we weren't necessarily doing that because it's a tutorial boss, so who cares? So even when I roll like a 1 or a 2 on a recover, it doesn't usually feel that bad, but I know it will for some people.
I mean, Mike, I was playing smart. Come on now. This is...
Well, sure.
I mean, like, speak for yourself, buddy. Yeah, I mean, I like dice rolling games, so for me, the dice luck doesn't bother me, but I could certainly see it bothering some people. This is not going to be... Like, it's not... It's very clever. Like, it's not going to be the game that's going to be the center of my game night most times. But I could see pulling it out at the beginning of the night or the end of the night easily. Or playing 2 or 3 bosses in a night. I guess I could see doing that as well. I mean, this would be great. So when we used to do the Secret Cabal, like, Beer Mongers nights, this would be a great game for that, right? You're just sitting around, having a few drinks. You don't want to overly think about stuff. I think there's enough tactics in here to make it interesting, but not so many that you'll be overwhelmed in a situation like that where you're just sitting
especially
around
if you
drinking,
fight one of the
talking.
lower like level bosses.
Exactly. I mean, even I think on a higher boss, just from what I've seen so far, I mean, who knows? This is very much a first impression from me. Even on a higher boss or a lower boss, I think it's going to come down to your dice roll sometimes, which is fine. I like I like games like that, and you can do a lot of things to mitigate it as well, but I think it's a game that you won't take too seriously.
Yeah, and I mean,
in a good way.
I know dice.
Like some
no. I agree. That's kind of what I was about to say too. Like, I know the dice rolls. It's maybe the thing that stands out to most people, and it's fine if you don't want to play the game because of them. But like when you rolled that crit, Peter, and killed those 3 guys.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, like you don't. What people sometimes forget about dice-based games, you don't get those moments if you don't have dice that matter and have swingy results. Like swinginess is not a dirty word in and of itself. It depends on the gameplay and the weight and how long it takes. And again, this game can take 30 minutes once you know how to play it. And even when you roll badly, it's like a groaning memory as opposed to a game that's maybe completely... I think if this game was this completely deterministic card play, I would probably enjoy it less with the rest of the stuff going on,
Yes, I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, the most fun part of the game is rolling the dice. And I could see building the character just from looking at the cards. I could see that being super fun as well. I would definitely not, after my first game, want to play with the pre-constructed character.
For sure. Because they don't even, you want to also match what the other people have, match the boss you're fighting, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. No, but yeah, no, I mean, for the weight of the game, for what you're getting, I'm glad it's not a miniatures game because it would have bumped up the price dramatically, and I don't know that it could have supported a higher, I don't know what the price point is, but I don't know that it could support a high price point. But for what you're getting, for the, for what we're assuming is going to be a reasonable price point, I think it's great.
I mean, if the game is $90, a lot of the thing I'm saying is going to change, but the prototype they sent me is a small box. You don't need that much room, so I'm really hoping that's not how much the game is.
Sure, yes.
Go to the chat real quick. Danger Zone asked how many heroes there are. They're all over here, if you want to hover over for a second.
Yep.
So there's 8 heroes, but again, builds will be completely different even with those 8 heroes. And they all play very differently. There's some really cool ones here. Look at the Slayer. I really like the Slayer. Look what he does.
Reclaim Blade. When you deal your damage while performing a basic attack, you may spend a magic point for each gained threat. Place the top monster card from the stamina to fatigue for each mana point spent this way. So the more fatigue you get, the more threat you get, the more monsters you can move from stamina to fatigue.
And one of the cool things about him,
so he's good to go first, Harrison. Right?
Yeah, he can go first when they have 1 or 2 cards left in stamina, and get the guy early fatigued, and then everybody's attacks for the rest of the turn is going to be wounding. So I really like how he kind of changes the tempo of the battle and stuff.
Yeah, he seems like a good first character, a good tank.
And he's got a completely balanced. He's the most balanced build.
Although his crit's
so
on
really
a 6, which is poopy.
Yes, his crit is on a 6. That is not the best. But
10 hit points on the other side and 12 eyeballs, which seems good.
Now he has a timer.
Oh, at the start of your activation, you gain an eyeball, and you get a new whatchamacallit card.
Yeah, so he gets a new one of those cards every turn, so he can't like keep the ones that get rid of all your eyeballs. So he has the highest eyeball
too. Do most people crit on 7s? Is that a thing?
I think. Well, yeah, except for me, where I'm the 6. Yeah, because I think I misspoke. Critting on a 7 is the same probability as critting with a single die, because a 7 is a 1/6 chance on 2 dice. Yes. Yeah, so they just maintain it that you crit 1/6 of the time, all things being average. By the way, another class that Ryan might like is the Arithmetician. This one is great. When a character in your area, that's you or the person in front or behind you, rolls dice, you can change your magic. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to show the front. Spend 3 magic to change the die by 1. So you have, so he would crit on a 1, 2, or 3 if he has the magic to spend for it, for example.
Nice. Yeah, so most of these people have more hit points and stuff on the other side. The monk and the seer.
Yeah, but both of us are, I think, the lowest I've seen for hit points. Actually, the Ronin only has 5.
Oh my. And he's a tank, although his eyeballs are pretty high.
Yes. And I mean, look what his ability is. That's why he's so ridiculous.
Reduce your threat by the lowest die value rolled during your attack. And he gets 3 special abilities, by the way.
Yes. So he just tends to like keep on attacking. He has a ton of eyeballs. He can do some really nice stuff.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I think we've given people a good idea.
Sorry, I just got it. Ryan said Final Fantasy Tactics call out, and the Arithmetician has divide by 0. I think that was one of the abilities you could equip, like the passive abilities. In Final Fantasy Tactics, the original one, they had like math mages or time. I forget what they were called, but they were like one of the craziest classes you could do. Sorry, Peter. You were trying to wrap things up. Mages. Yeah, no, but later on, you got like the Arithmeticians or math mages or something, and they would they would let you do crazy stuff, like cast a spell on every enemy if they were on the right elevation, like dumb stuff like that. They were fun.
Cool. Well, I think we gave people a good idea. Please go check it out yourself. It is available on Tabletop Simulator, apparently, and I will put it in the show notes where you can find it, if I can find it myself. Although you said Patrick posted it, so I'll be able to find it.
Yeah, and I can send it to you.
Yep.
And I'll have... around the time the campaign launches at the end of the month, I'll have another video. I'll have more matured thoughts after playing it a bunch more. I'll probably be doing the 3rd or 4th boss, I'm thinking. Either the Eater of Children or the Winged Terror. Winged Terror is kind of fun because...
Children.
Yep.
For nerds.
Winged Terror is kind of fun because he switches between modes and doesn't heal. So you're really only kind of killing him once. He doesn't get his wounds back. And he switches between a flying version and a ground version, and his attacks kind of change based on it, so he's pretty cool.
Oh, and his difficulty doesn't change between sides, which is different.
Right, because he's not getting harder. He's just going back and forth, and it kind of changes things.
Yeah. So is he going to be a shorter one then, potentially? Because
he's got 10 per player, so he's going to have 25. So it's I guess. Keep in mind, you don't have to wound every card to flip them. You only have to have the fatigue and stamina empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably play like at least the first 4 bosses before I record, and then maybe do the one that like seems kind of the most fun without being too
it should not take you long. You've already played at least the first 2, I'm assuming.
Well, yes, that's true. I guess the one weird thing about the Winged Terror is that they're not really seeing the level up mechanic. They're seeing something different.
Yeah, you should probably stick to a basic one.
And the Spectre is super interesting too. I haven't played him yet, but I was looking at it because you know that possession card I had?
Yep.
He starts like possessing one hero at a time, and almost all his rage cards do stuff to the possessed hero or have the possessed hero attack other heroes. So he kind of interesting that way.
Yeah, so I'm sure we'll play, maybe what we do is play Winged Terror here at some point. Probably won't be next
Especially
week.
If Gary wants to try it at some point.
Yeah, we can play it here. I mean, we could play with Jerry either off stream or whatever, let him get a basic game in, and then we could show off the drafting, as well as something unique like the Wing Tear. So cool. Well, stay tuned. Basically, what we're saying is subscribe to the channel so you know when these videos are coming out, because just like today, we never know sometimes. Jerry called out sick basically last second, and we decided to stream something. So that's...
Yep, and again, there's a game I played this morning. So
yeah.
So there you go.
We had no idea this was coming today, just like you all didn't. So yeah, you're with us on this crazy ride. So yeah, definitely stay subscribe to the channel, like the video so other people find it, and we appreciate all you do. And we will see you soon. Bye.
Bye.